What's up, good people? I ain't doing too much, man. Was actually, man, just leaving the gym. What's up, Joe? Salute from South Philly. What's up, South Philly? What it do? Could work. Yeah, though. What y'all think about the situation, man, with the dude Rodney Hinton from Cincinnati? It's a little chilly outside where I'm at. Frank Matthews, I'm with you on that. He say free Rodney, huh? What's your thoughts on that other than just free Rodney? Did you see the footage where his brother got into the altercation with the peoples at the court building? That's the guy who killed the police about his son, Raheem. Yeah, you're right. I had a conversation with a dude today about that, and I said to the dude, I said, yeah, but what about their family? I'm not challenging or questioning why he did what he did. I said, yeah, I seen that. Anybody got any, I think, well, I'm gonna take you back like 2 days. 2 days ago, before I seen the bond hearing, where the lawyer, his lawyer, was basically taking a stand that I believe he was setting the foundation for temporary insanity. What up, brother? Big South, what's up, Slim? Sticky situation. Yeah, I mean, and just in private, I set that chessboard up. Just in private, I wondered what I would do in that situation, and I'm not gonna sit here and take the opportunity to tell y'all a whole bunch of stupid stuff that I would have did this or I would have did. I don't know what I would do in that situation. I pray to God I'm never in a situation like that. But that's what he did under that type of intense pressure. You dig what I'm saying? And I just feel like that's a rough situation right there. Mobile, Alabama, what's up? What it do? What's the word? Mobile, Alabama. We need to stand with him. He should have no problems in jail with other inmates. Get the phone as needed, money on the books. Well, shout out to my man Kareem Mowat from Washington, D.C. I seen on his social media, he shared that he had attempted to send the brother some money. And there was a notification from the jail, or however you send the money, that he couldn't receive any more money that day. But I'm gonna back my man Kareem play, especially in, what's the word? in that unity. I mean, it's a terrible situation. They took so many of us. Frank Matthews said they took so many of us, though, huh, man? And I appreciate the love too, man. I'm wearing your grandmother's shower cap. Okay, I'm wearing your grandmother's shower cap. You must want to take my cap off. Now that's cool. I took the cap off. That's what you want me to do. I'm wearing your grandmother's shower cap. That's what I'm doing. Ah, man, you funny. I don't like the air conditioner blowing on my head like that. DC Blacks. They took so many of us, I feel you. Wallace, you say it's a bunch of weirdo. I mean, it is what it is. I don't know. I thought the shower caps that the grandmas be wearing behind the little thing on it, the Jones. My grandmother would wear it fold back. Well, way back then. I ain't talking about now. Jones look like them Jones, the girls with the bonnets. And caught his head up high, looking them in the eyes. I got to admit, I took note of that. I mean, he definitely didn't go in there like this. But he ain't got no reason to, you know what I mean? He made a decision. Even if it was a decision out of like a heat of passion, I'm gonna call it a decision out of the heat. He made it a heat of passion decision. A decision out of the heat of passion. Now, it's gonna be documented that he just left the police joint watching the body cam footage of the police hitting his son. So it's gonna be documented in court what he just saw. I mean, and the government gonna make an issue that as adults, we supposed to be able to process certain type of information, but in the rule of law, federal law and state law, and this is Ohio, you got things that happen in the heat of passion, and that's gonna be a part of the case. But I wonder, do anybody else peep this? If we go back to the first day when they had the first arraignment, I believe it was, the arraignment hearing, when the judge said, look, we're gonna do a bond hearing, but up there in no bond hearings, you have to have something that's almost like a mini trial. It's a part of their due process. You got to, that's why they're having these other hearings. But the same police officer, not the older one with the bald head, you got to go back and look at the video. I'm going to try to describe it for you, so just in case you actually go do it. If you go back and look at that video, it's a thick, like stocky, maybe 6 foot tall white sheriff's deputy when Rodney Hinton Jr. walks by. When he first does that thing like that, where everybody's talking about and shouting him out, saluting him for, is a white deputy sheriff that's mugging. It's an older one next to him going that way in the video. But that's the same deputy sheriff that's pushing his brother out of the courtroom the next day. I'm gonna highlight it. I'm gonna take a screenshot of it and I'm gonna do a video on it. I think that they are provoking or trying to provoke or were trying to provoke the family of Rodney Hinton. And going back to a question I asked on my live a little while ago, I said, what about their family? Did you see all the women in their family that was pleading with him to calm down so he wouldn't get arrested or hurt or maybe even shot and killed in the court building? Did I see OKC punish them niggas? The Nuggets? Yeah, I saw it. I saw it. Somebody sent me 100 pictures, man. I'm glad dude handled his business. That was a total disrespect. Shaking my head. Who you talking about? The one that went to jail or the brother? I know they was deep in there, the police, but I don't know. Let me just speak for people who may not know. Some people looking at it like, yo, the police up in there like that. But if you ever seen any situation where the police was the victim of the crime, the police always be up in them joints deep. They come up in there heavy. They can't keep killing us without consequence. Like the fact that he killed his son is crazy. Well, that wasn't the same one that killed his son, but it was another one. The one with the bald head, Ohio, fellas need to the word out. He should not be pressed, but banging even if he told before. We waved that now. I ain't sure I get that. Do Bay Area and DC get along in the feds? Everywhere I've been, I only been around one or two guys from the Bay, so I would say yeah. We don't be housed with them real deep like that, but when I was in the feds, and my homies ain't got no problem with the dudes from the Bay Area. I mean, to be honest with you, speak straight talk. I met a connect from the Bay Area. And we met in jail, but we ran across each other while I was out west looking for weed before. Yeah, that the Bay Area doesn't do the blood and crip thing like DC. Yeah, like, I got a couple buddies from Oakland, San Francisco, somewhere else. I mean, and I'd have met up with them dudes in San Diego when we went to different little conferences. You know what I mean? But shout out to the Bay though, while we at it. Shoot. I met a couple dudes from Oakland, man, they act just like us. Oakland considered the Bay Area, right? DC niggas is all different with their own thoughts like anyone else. You will have some that's cool and some that's assholes. And this is coming from a DC PG nigga. I agree with that too. I thought that was everywhere. You got some cool dudes and some assholes. I've never ran across no geographical place or certain type of a group that don't got some that was some cool dudes and some that was some assholes. And I can say that about every group. I mean, even group, I'm not gonna sit here and mention no group because I ain't chasing no points. But the worst group that you can think of in prison, I done met guys from those groups, individuals, through business or through the law library. Whereas though that individual was cool with me. I'll give you a more specific example. We didn't have the best relationship with some of these white guys in West Virginia where I was at, but we wasn't beefing with them. When I say we wasn't beefing with them, I'm saying DC guys didn't have a problem with them as a whole. Individually, I walked around the prison by myself sometimes. Like, I wasn't always in a group. But in the law library, it was a white guy in the law library that knew how to file 2241s. Now, I gotta give a big shout out to one of my OGs, one of my old timers, a guy by the name of Burton Hagwood. He's passed on now, to my knowledge, because I lost contact with him. Something happened, he had to go into a military or VA type of hospital, but he was the first person to show me how to file a habeas corpus. But anyway, this one particular white guy knew certain different little tricks of the trade. And some other black guys that was in the law library thought, they thought he was an AB, so they didn't want to deal with him. He had the tattoos, he had been around, but he wasn't an AB. He was something different. And it's been a minute. Like, I forgot what you call them. They look like ABs and they got some Aryan something with them. Because they went outside and they practiced that religion with the white guys, Asatru. But anyway, I don't want to get off the point. My issue was similar to his legal issue. Some type of way we started to talk. In the process of starting to talk, we shared information. He gave me a case to look up. The case helped me with what I was trying to do. I wrote to a law firm that did pro bono work for guys that was in prison and they were challenging their confinement. The law firm sent me back some up-to-date legal information. I'm not gonna say it was nothing exclusive because this same person could have got it, but I shared the information with them. Like, we were trying to get out of jail. That supersedes race and different things. Woodbridge, Virginia, checking in. Shout out to Woodbridge, Virginia. I lived in Woodbridge, Virginia for a few months. There's a lot of black people down there. Like my homie, big brother that was killed at Jasper's last year, and he was from DC. You got sons everywhere, because the homie that killed him was a solid individual doing good work in the community. Shout out to Neil, that was my man. I got pictures with Neil. I bought all them free Kevin Gray shirts from Neil, man. Neil was a good dude. Shout out to Neil, man. Rest in peace, condolences to his mother and his family, man. Shout out to KG, free Kevin Gray, man. Yeah, that was my man that got hit at Jasper's. But things happen. I don't know what happened, how it happened, or why it happened. So even though Neil is my friend, I don't really want to talk about that because I don't know the facts of it. But I will say rest in peace and condolences to a good brother that was doing a lot of good work in the community. I actually met him doing some of that good work in the community. Contrary to poverty relief, people think I be on all bullshit, but I don't. You know what I mean? I just be wearing my emotions on my sleeve sometimes. You know how that go though, right? His little brother was my man. He was killed, I think, out of jealousy because he was doing good in life. Little brother Devin. Shout out to the team though. I think Rodney did something honorable for him. You think Rodney? What y'all think? What do? We got a couple people in here. What y'all think about Rodney Hinton Jr., the guy, the brother that got the charge for hitting the police with the car? I see a lot of my good people on here that come in here regularly saying an eye for an eye, and they honor him. I got some mixed emotions about it. I don't want to. I want to see what y'all think though. But I do have some mixed emotions about it just because I think about the future. Like one of my buddies, one of my buddies, he was saying that another particular guy he was talking about should have done the same thing when he lost his son to the police. Now, and I'm not gonna sit here and play, what's the name of that book? Something by the door, whatever, Spook That Came by the Door, whatever, but I just wanna ask a question for the people who think about the next steps, right? Family is important, and we see that in court when Rodney Hinton went to court that his family was in there deep in support of him in his situation, right? And when the sheriff's deputy pushed the other brother out the court building and he got real emotional and yelling and screaming and tempers flaring, I noticed that it was a bunch of women out there trying to calm it down. So, there's a few more men left in the family. I've seen 2 or 3 men out there. And I don't know how many is immediate men that's in the family that's gonna help bury the son I was getting ready to mention like defense funding for the father, but for real, with all the hoopla and all the attention that's going on in the world with his case, I don't see him. People should, like, money should go to his defense, even if it's for mental health, y'all, because I said this before, I seen the lawyer mention mental health. But the whole case is temporary insanity. 2 generations gone. Oh, so somebody see where I'm going with it. Shout out to No Stranger to Danger. You see where I'm going with it though. No stranger to danger. Definitely could have handled it better. Righteous in my eyes. I get it though. He bodied an innocent man. Tommy got a point. Now, I had a conversation where I was playing devil advocate. I asked my man, I say, damn, bro, I said, he ain't get the police officer that did it. So my man said, E, you on some bullshit, bro. It's us against them. It's an eye for an eye. They took one of his, he took one of theirs. Now, I'm not here to debate it because I don't want y'all to think I'm going one way or another with it. But I dig the eye for an eye, dig the, X's and O's or us against them, or the red and the blues and the, the blacks and the whites and the Cowboys and the Indians. I dig that, you know what I mean? But I think him seeing that body cam footage, him processing that, his family not wanting to drive home alone, him seeing a police officer, him doing what they allege that he has done. I don't think that it was about just doing it to the one that did it to his son, if you get what I'm saying. I think his thing was 12 did that, and I'm upset at 12. And the first one I see, I'ma just zap out. Professor Small gave us the solution a long time ago. Who was Professor Small? That's the downside. I think the action all parents were to do under those circumstances. Okay, that's my man Rick. He said he think the actions all parents would do under those circumstances. I don't know what that means. I would have had a better understanding if he got the officer who had done the shooting, not a retired officer who was helping a college graduation. Okay. Moselle Jones, I can't argue with your point. I dig your point. I mean, I think you got a good point. That's something that can be considered. I seen somebody had a comment like yours last night on another one of my little platforms I be socializing on, so to speak. And a woman mentioned the point that you just made. And in the comments, it wasn't my point. In the comments, somebody responded to her and said, well, did the officer that hit his son pick him out randomly or this or that? And they went back and forth. And the woman, I assume that the woman was very emotional. She said she had a son and all of this stuff bothered her. But she said that, well, if my son wasn't running from a stolen car, then he wouldn't have got shot. I thought about that for a second, and I ain't jumping on that either one way or another. The only thing I'm gonna say about that is 2 things, man. That's my opinion. I'm gonna share this over for criticism. A stolen car, morally, ethically, and legally doesn't come with a death penalty. Let me not play too much devil advocate. Let me say what the person said to them. They said, but yo, Shawty had a pistol. I didn't see the pistol in the body cam footage video. You get what I'm saying? I didn't see that pistol. But if it was a pistol there, according to the rule of law, they can fire. But I didn't see the pistol. I got to roll out. Everyone enjoy your day. Okay, salute, man, 100%. But what's going on with the police station where the police officer worked at? Are they being held accountable? I don't know that yet. I'm gonna look at some of that when I watch a little bit of the news later. So what? Start marching, yelling, no justice, no peace, no racist police. We should be tired of that. That's what one of my men been going in on it on his social media. But he radical anyway. But he been saying, bro, he don't do no marching, no, none of that. Although I seen him at riots before. I say this, being though we done time with others, we look at things different than people who haven't. We looked at things from a cognitive perspective. We are not going back. DC Sticks. Salute, homie. I feel you. Big hearts. It was an emotional decision, unfortunately. And I believe that the whole case is going to be around that emotional decision. And what I'm going to be calling, and what his lawyer done already said, he said this is a man that has serious mental health. I forgot the word he worded it, but it was the precursor for not self-defense. It was a precursor for temporary insanity, bro. I mean, and anybody, like I know a lot of people just be talking and it's something to talk about, but anybody that's really legally interested in the matter, look up temporary, just Google temporary insanity. If AI is on the phone now, you can tell the AI jump directly to a case where temporary insanity was the defense. And you'll get the cases. Like, I'm not Perry Mason, I just play with the phone. It's no other defense for Rodney Hinton Jr. to come in front of a judge and a jury with other than, I zapped out. You can't say I didn't do it. It's not one of them type of cases. You can't say I didn't do it. I feel for the family. They lost the young boy and the father. That's 0-2 on the scorecard. Linda Gray, what's up, Linda Gray? I asked that, and I'm glad that some women are leaving some comments, because for real, I wanted to see what a lot of women felt. So I'm just saying, for the mama, for the grandmama, for the auntie, for all the women that was in the courtroom that day, I believe that was yesterday. I'm gonna do a video on it, because I can't show all the clips that I saw that drew my attention to it. But there were women out there in the hallway of the court building saying, please, please stop. They didn't want to lose another man in their family to what's going on, bro. Their family toe up out there, bro. So who gonna bury his son? He can't bury his son, Rodney Hinton. I'm not saying that he shouldn't have did that. I'm not saying that he should have did it. I know people gonna take it the wrong way, but I'm not saying that. I'm saying, who gonna bury his son? Like, I see a lot of my gangster, my tough, my go hard niggas say, man, that's what he supposed to did. I ain't disputing that. Who gonna bury his son? Who gonna console? I don't know if Shawty's mother's still alive, but I'm assuming that the son, his mother is still alive. Who gonna console the mother? Who gonna console the grandmother? Who gonna console the women? I'm just asking, and I ain't saying that it shouldn't have been done. I'm saying, since we talking about it, I mean, it gotta be some women in here. Who gonna help the women? Who gonna bury the son? Who gonna, like, the brother, clearly, one of the brothers, I don't know how many brothers he got, but the brother that snapped in the court building, he clearly is emotional right now. He might do a Benny Lee Lawson. Yeah. I don't think it makes sense as far as retribution, but he probably just wasn't thinking clear. He should plead temporary insanity and should get off, but he won't. He's gonna feel some type of way in a few years when he starts seeing the one that did it. Oh, Murder got a point. Damn. Wish Trayvon Martin had a dad like that. Frank Matthews, you know what? I'm glad you said that, because one of my buddies mentioned that too. Let me ask you something, Frank Matthews and everybody that's in the comments. If Trayvon Martin had a dad like that, and he did that, and we said, yay, that's what you're supposed to do, you wow. What would it do for Trayvon Martin? Would it bring Trayvon Martin back? Would it stop any other young black kid from getting gunned down by 12?
What would it do to Trey? Like, I see somebody say that Trayvon Martin, father or stepdad, wasn't nothing, and he, you know, blase, blase. Trayvon Martin had a mother, and he is with that mother. I ain't talking about the dad. I'm talking about the stepdad or the one that they was talking about, because they was talking about both. I wouldn't care which one you talking about, because I'm making a point about the woman. So you go leave the woman too? I am not saying that a man doesn't be a man and stand up when a man has to do what a man has to do in a certain situation. I'm Trayvon Martin father. Let me do it like this, y'all. I'm Trayvon Martin father. This Trayvon Martin mother. I believe they was putting the focus on the stepfather. I don't care which person it is, right? Trayvon Martin, what happens to Trayvon Martin happens. Boom, I'm the father or the stepdad. Whichever one y'all saying he should have put the work in. Boom, I go do it. I go get life. I go get 20 years at 40-some years old. What happens to my wife, the rest of my family? And we could just stop right there. Fuck what the police say. Okay. His man had one, but not him. Oh, you talking about when they jumped out the car? Man, respect, man. They never showed the police face that did it. I saw that too. I didn't see it either, and a lot happened in 6 seconds. Yeah, but is anybody else with me on that I didn't see the pistol? They showed the pistol on the ground somewhere else with the extended clip and all that. Temporary insanity can get you off depending on the situation. Salute, salute, salute. What's up? I respect you and Tone Page more than, because he shares Maryland a lot. DC and Maryland basically the same thing. I grew up Capitol Heights on Southern Avenue by Johnny Boys. Yeah, that's damn near DC and his platform. I don't know. Well, I can't join you in that, so I'm gonna leave that alone, Juwan. But I think I see because he shades Maryland. Oh, I get it, but I can't speak on that. That ain't my business. What's your thoughts on Senator Dick and they're trying to push the bill on increasing the health insurance? But I don't know too much about that one either. We know he not gonna beat it. We never do. They killed over and over and over. We down 100 plus. Okay, Juwan says, bye, bye, bye. He tore. Hello, homies. Tony, you always shout us out. That's why I fuck with the real DC is. Okay, Juwan, I see you on one. I ain't trying to get caught up in no more internet beef right this minute, but I feel you, Slim. I see what you're saying. You might be looking at it wrong, though. Said the woman, let's say this another way. I know I'm behind on the comments, y'all, but since I'm chilling, I'm trying to read. They say I don't be reading the comments, so I'm reading the comments. Give me a second. Let's say this another way. What if your son kills another black man, and instead of getting the person that killed your son, he kills your mom or your other child that had nothing to do with that? What y'all think about that? I know I read his statement a long way back, but Moselle Jones kind of supported his statement. I'm gonna read his statement again. I believe that's yeah. I'm gonna read the statement again. Let's say this another way. What if your son kills a black man, and instead of getting the person that killed your son, he goes and kills your mom or your other child that had nothing to do with that? That's a good point. I don't even really want to dispute it or debate it though. I wanted to see what the comments say. I mean, because I could do it either way, but I think I understand the heat of passion that the brother Rodney was in. So I'm not even going, I could play devil advocate with it, but I don't want to do it. No, because wrong on top of wrong won't do no justice. Okay, Angie Thomas. You thinking logic and long term, which is facts. See, the gangsters not thinking with the left part of their brain, and thinking with their emotional part, which is validated, but sometimes we have to humble ourselves and take responsibility. Eye for an eye. Frank Matthews on that eye for an eye. Hey, Frank Matthews, you might as well type that all day just to make everybody understand that that's what you on with it. Somebody got to take the fall. Okay, what up, Angie Thomas? Say, Frank Matthews, I said the same thing, eye for an eye. Drop the avocado for avocado if y'all for eye for an eye. Let me see how many avocados we got in the emoji box. It's never going to be all the way right. Frank Matthews got a point. Can you explain that to the people, Frank Matthews? I dig what you're saying. You said it's never going to be all the way right, so I didn't see the gun. Oh, Angie Thomas. Okay, how many of y'all said, if y'all didn't see the gun put, you know that sign they put when they say, like, no trespassing? Put the X sign in the gun. I want to do a little thing. I want to see how many X signs on the gun. If you didn't see no gun in that matter, put X sign and a strap emoji. Nah, we can't cheer this type of behavior on because then it's going to become normalized. I think we can agree if that's what you on, get your man. Okay, that's a good point too. Try to set the family up in best way, best way, money and family support. Yeah, so let me ask this question to anybody. For everybody that's saying that, you know, they support what the brother did, how many of us is willing to do a GoFundMe to send him some money? Because he gonna be in a need of some support and some, like, look at this, before y'all think I'm on joke time. Luigi Maggiano, I'm not sure if I'm saying his name right, but the guy that got the body for the CEO, the healthcare guy, his supporters and people that support him, although to be fair, the media did demonize them in a way. The media did demonize them in a way, but nevertheless, they supported him. They sending him tons of support. The same type of support they were sending Ted Kaczynski, the Unabomber. And I see right now, the media and law enforcement is trying to make anybody that support Rodney Hinton a bad guy. You know, you got to be very careful not to be a bad guy these days. You might get sent to El Salvador. But I do believe that even in an intelligent way, we can support Rodney Hinton Jr. for the sake of mental health, for the sake of temporary insanity, for the sake of seeing your son gunned down on body cam footage. And if you're looking at it like I'm looking at it, and you never seen the pistol, you got to look at it a little differently. Somebody else said I didn't see the joint. No female should be hurt. I think Rodney was gonna ride regardless. I think Rodney was gonna ride regardless if a person got at the police. He was step on whoever. All right. Okay. A couple people said they ain't see no joint. No joint, no joint. Oh. So everybody on what I'm on. I didn't see, did anybody see a joint? I see everybody saying no strap, no strap, no strap. People always got the right answer until they are put in a predicament like that. Okay, Clarence, I get it. That's true. I mean, just like everybody say, oh, you should have threw this punch or you should have threw that punch in the fight until you get hit in the mouth. What's good, partner? What it do? I'm all about eye for an eye, but he should have got his man. The cop that got his son is at home chilling with his kids, drinking beer, happy as hell, while another innocent cop is dead. What y'all think about that, man? Like, I can't overlook that point. Even though I don't want to go against whatever is the norm and go against the grain with what the brother did, and everybody saying, yeah, and they always killing us and you should have did them. I understand this point people are making when they saying that, Joe, what about, oh, matter of fact, let me stop being so politically correct, bro. Let me just straight up ask y'all. I want to answer from everybody that can type, bro. If we saying, yeah, he did what any father should do, what about the police that shot his son that's at home chilling then. And I ain't trying to start nothing. This go for my homies in here too, my man Rick. I'm asking you, what about the police that killed this son that's at home with his family? Like, for the people that saying, yes, that's what he supposed to did. Yeah, he did what Nat Turner would have did. He did what George Jackson would have did. He did what Benny Lee Lawson would have did. The police, but let me not make it that political, because Benny Lee Lawson went in there to get the people, yeah, but the same thing, these guys fall in this category, just like the dude from Oakland, just like the military dude, Joyner. What about the dude that's still at home with his kids? It's a lose-lose situation. He definitely ain't happy as hell. Hey, my man Rick said, yeah, he said he definitely ain't at home happy as hell. He's probably at home a little depressed. He probably know that he caused the death of the other officer. You went to Tacoma Elementary with me. Oh yeah, salute to all my homies from uptown then. He didn't think all the way. Who ain't think all the way? Rodney Hinton ain't think all the way. If you say Rodney Hinton ain't think all the way, I totally agree with you. And I believe that's gonna be a part of his defense. I don't believe they gonna give him life. Hey, somebody from the squad, the brick squad up in here, somebody Google, I should have did this. I should have did this before I even got on live today, but does Ohio have a death penalty? Crime of passion. I'm saying it fall into a category of crime of passion. Shout out to Nikki Bullock. Damn right. Yeah, my man Rick said he definitely ain't at home happy. Nah, he probably at home. Rick, he probably at home. The officer that unalived Slim's son is probably at home saying, God damn, look what the fuck I did. And I don't know what type of officer he is. They ain't release his name and all that stuff yet, I don't think, but when they release his name and they do his background, and you get a profile of him, then you'll kind of see what's up with him. Peace and blessings. Say facts. Yes, it was two guys and one police was chasing one and one police was chasing another. And the youngin' did have a gun and the police called it over the radio. And when the other officer heard the call, but hold on, Samuel Bailey, that's the police story right there. The story that you telling is the exact version of you telling the police. That's like the police report you reading, bro. You must have got that from one of the press conferences or something. Everything you saying is exactly what the police chief was saying. I'ma challenge that. I'm not saying you wrong. I'm not saying you lying. I'ma challenge that. I just want to push back a little bit. What you saying and what you quoting is exactly what the police say happened, but from the little bit of the body cam footage that they showed us, the American public and shit, right? Yeah, one dude was chasing one of the youngest, another one was chasing another one, and he ran into Shawty, and Shawty came past the dumpster. I'm saying, you don't shoot nobody because they yelling, there's a gun, there's a gun. You know, I'm gonna give them a benefit of the doubt slightly that if you scared and you think it's a gun, you could do this and you could do that. But that's where training comes in. That body cam footage don't show no handgun in his hand, right or wrong. I already asked this question a few moments ago. Now I'm specifically asking you. Like, you repeated everything the police said happened. But did you watch the body cam footage? Let me start there with you. Did you watch the body cam footage when Shawty ran past the dumpster? I didn't. Let's say, for instance, this light is that. When he came past the dumpster, I never saw this. Now, if he tossed it before that, they should show that. But from what they show right there, I didn't see no pistol in his hand. The car wasn't stolen either. He just missed one pay. What? I thought they said the car was stolen out of northern Kentucky. Now the car wasn't stolen? So if the car wasn't stolen, I don't know that to be true. I didn't check that. You said that, I'm going to go with you. If they saying that the car wasn't stolen, then there wasn't no reason to be bothering the young boys at all. He ain't even have nothing. All right, stay over there with them. Hold on. Uh-oh. See Frank Matthews there, my man going there. He say, stay over there with them. He ain't have nothing, KV. I'm from Dayton, Ohio, when the pigs lying. Shout out to Dayton, Ohio. I got family in Ohio. Cincinnati, Dayton, Wilberforce, Cleveland, Elyria, Lorraine, Columbus. Shout out to my Ohio family. The gun fell when he fell. Where you get that from? Bruh who just said, and it was all in 6 seconds, I give you that, but bruh who just said the gun fell when he fell, did you see that? I ain't saying that it ain't happening, I'm not arguing with you. I didn't see the gun fall. Listen, I didn't see no gun fall, but if you saying that the strap fell when he fell, then why we ain't see when he came through the jump, why we ain't see the strap in his hand? He represents the police. Car is a repo. Somebody else saying car is a repo. He represents the police. Who represents the police? Because he, well, Rick say, they got a white man going viral today. Got out the car with the stick pointed at the police and then drove for 2 miles before being arrested. So I don't want to hear about he shot because he thought. My man just came in with one. And I seen these situations several times. My man Rick say, they got a white man going viral today. Got out of car with a stick pointed at the law and then drove about 2 miles before being arrested. So he's saying he don't want to hear nothing about Slim let off because he thought something. I'm with you on that 100%. I don't see no excuse for you just letting that junk go like that. We know the streets unfair when it comes to the police. That's true. No. It's another podcast that got videos of different videos from different body cams. Facts, E. All right, I only seen 1 or 2 body cam shots. I go look at it before I make this other video because I wanted to make a video about a guy from my town by the name of Ralph McClain, which I would connect him to Benny Lee Lawson and Jonathan Jackson. But what I do believe should be acknowledged, and sadly, even if it's acknowledged, it may lead to more black people young black brothers being gunned down in the street. But the police all over the country do need to be ever mindful that they can't just walk over and trample over people and people's lives without there being some consequences. Because as mad as they want to act like Rodney Hinton did something bad, and whatever he did, it was a reaction to an action. I did see the footage, okay. The motherfuckers know they did wrong. You can't believe that shit they have thrown away for situations like that. I seen that too. Boy had a AR pointed at the cops. Oh, I ain't seen that joke. Hey, Rick, send that joke to my DM on DC Blacks. Oh, and while we at it, y'all, I got to start trying this Amazon affiliate thing. They say it's another way to create revenue from your YouTube page. But as I was researching, they say one of the things that you can do is sell your own products. A lot of times people say they don't know this. My name is Eon Williams. I'm an author and a publisher. I have a number of books. If you into anything that got something to do with the prison genre or urban culture, go to Amazon.com or go to EonWilliams.com and check out my books. I wrote a book by the name of Fast Lane. I wrote a book by the name of Lord and Legends. It's about a lot of the stuff I talk about when I'm talking about my prison topics on here. I got a couple different books. Harleen Flowers. Shout out to Harleen Flowers. Not only that, Fast Lane, Lord and Legends, Hellraiser Honeys, Never Lay Down, Secrets Never Die, Money Ain't Everything. Go check out a couple of my books. You know what I mean? I don't just do this. The officer is definitely happy because he know he not getting charged for the boy body and he on paid leave with his family. Yeah, he might feel sad for the dead officer, but he can always say that was on Rodney. We can't make it a police thing. We have to get the person, not the uniform. I got family in Lime. I got family in Lime. I'm not sure what you meant to say on that one. He never pointed a gun at the police. All he did was run. That was the police. That's what the police said. They heard the gun fall after the fact. I did hear somebody mention that. I don't know how true that is, but I did see something where they said on that Rodney Hinton Jones on his son that they heard the gun fall after the fact. Well, I'm gonna tell you something though. You know, the police anywhere got the right to shoot if they just feel scared. If they fear for their life. They altered the body cam footage. What the police said, they heard the gun fall after the fact. Father said, Johnson was president. He said a Mackay Xavier Johnson presidents. Yeah, where we from, we call that Lee's Law. Did you watch what dude was saying about you on the Connect? I ain't even know you beat your own case. It all makes sense now. Nigga, nice. Did you watch what the dude said? I think I know what you're saying. If you saying what I think you're saying, I'm gonna just go ahead and let you just run your motherfucking mouth. Cause I ain't beat no case. I did 17 years on my case, so I don't know what you're talking about. But that's all I'm gonna give you. Them people still on slave patrol. Hey, you know I'm a fan of Kyrie Irving, but I had to admit I like SGA game way better. He can play both ends of the floor and he's a general. That's a fact. He did all that. So did. Altered the body cam. Oh, so a few people believe they altered that body cam footage, huh? The truth said, my co-worker was a CO at Lawton. He's definitely built different. The atmosphere is different. That's true. Everyone has a family, home, and people they love. Make it personal where these people will change their tune when you can blame the uniform and then just go home. That's why they act like that. That's true. What's up? All right, I'm gonna check it out when I get off here. I'm about to go get something to eat anyway. Appreciate you, Rick. Oh, nah, he had said you went to the library and studied up on law yourself. My bad, not beat the case. Oh. I ain't sure what you're talking about, for sure. They say it was a woman that was driving the car that Rodney Hinton was in, and she has died. That's what they now saying. Man, where you see that at? Nah, you on joke time. I'm not going for that. I ain't going for that. That'll be all over the news. I think that would be all over the news. Real talk, I think that would be all over the news. I think that would be all over the news, bro. Uh-oh, they saying, oh, ho. You saying it is on the news, huh, man? Is it possible to survive in prison without getting in a car? I mean, anything is possible. Oh, nah, he had said you went to the... Hold on. Slim, I'm not one of those Bammers chasing clout. I just voiced my opinion. Sometimes, after the police, I'm just saying that these police are playing chess and youngins are playing checkers with their lives. I feel you, bro. Yes, it is true. Okay, they say it is true. Yeah, they hiding shit. So hold on, bruh. If it was a woman in a car, who was driving? Yeah, they hiding stuff. It's on the news now. So what it say, Ange? You can't wear a white sheet on your head and then say, I never hung or burned anyone, so let me be. Nah, it's what you represent. He charged with 2 counts of murder. Get the fuck, bruh. He charged with 2 counts of murder. Somebody saying the woman was driving. If the woman was driving, how is he charged with murder? I'm gonna have to go check some of this stuff out myself, bro. I'm gonna have to go check some of it out myself, bro. Where y'all tapping in from? I'll show y'all the Capitol. That ain't no good shot. I'll show you the monument, though. That's the Washington Monument right there, y'all. That's the Capitol right there. That's the capital of the United States right there. Chattanooga, Tennessee. Okay, Chattanooga. Okay, Chattanooga, Tennessee. Live from the district. Minneapolis, Minnesota. Oh, I forgot you said that too. Shout out to Minnesota, man. Shout out to Minnesota. Scotland? Seattle. I never been to Seattle, man. My buddy Halim Flowers, man, my good Muslim brother. He said that's one of the most prettiest cities he's ever been to, and he's been all over the world. I mean, I've been a couple places myself too. New Orleans. Much love to New Orleans. They're my cousins. They're my cousins. RFK, that's where the Redskins gonna be. We gonna have a new joint over there. They're my cousins. Live from the city. Calgary, Canada. Okay. Wa alaikum salam. What's up, Philly? Washington, D.C., bro. New RFK. We gonna be up in there. I'm from New Jersey, but live in Seattle, Washington. That's beautiful. Yeah. I got a book signing coming up in Seattle, Washington, I think. New RFK. Yeah, but I gotta go watch the news, man. I gotta go check out John saying that it was a woman in the car now. That threw me off. I hope y'all ain't playing. Can't wait for the weather to break. And wait for the weather to break. What's your book name? Lorton Legends, that's one. Never Lay Down, that's a good one. Money Ain't Everything, that's a good one. Go give me something to eat, man. Hell no. We not playing. He said, hell no, we not playing. Yes, go watch it. You will see what we are talking about. Is it on CNN? It's on World News? What news is on? They know they wrong for this. It's not on our news, E. County, New Jersey, San Diego now. Book tour out west, come to the Bay. Marcus Bookstore, Oakland. I got that written down. Appreciate it, Scorpio. I got that written down from you told me the last time. Yeah, put just type my name in there. Eyon Williams. E-Y-O-N-E. Williams. Go to Amazon and just type my name and you're gonna see different books on there. It's on all Ohio news stations. I know that. Oh, I can find that on YouTube then. I follow some of them Ohio news stations just from this jump. But let me go put my little video down and check this out, man. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me, man. Salute to the Brick Squad, man. Appreciate the love. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. You got any other topics, anything you want me to cover, man, let me know, man. That's what I'm gonna do. Free the real.